Hello guys and welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video. And in this video I will be talking about the character Izana Kurokawa from Tokyo Revengers. And this video is going to contain manga spoilers from Tokyo Revengers. Anyway guys, before I get into this video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Revengers videos. So let's get into the video now. So Izana Kurokawa is the former leader of the 8th generation of the Black Dragons Gang. And Izana is also the former president of Tenjiku Gang, and he was also one of the main antagonists of the Tenjiku arc. Izana is a young man with large vacant purple eyes, and he has a tan complexion, because he is half Filipino. And his height is 5 feet and 5 inches tall, and he is 18 years old. He also has bleach blonde hair, and his white hair is styled in a center-parted undercut. As the leader of Tenjiku, Izana is always seen wearing the red coat version of the Tenjiku uniform, and he always wears Hanafuda derived earrings on both of his earlobes, and these earrings are colored black and red with a white circle in the middle. And in an alternate future timeline when he is 30 years old, Izana has long wavy hair, and he wears a button-up trench coat that is colored black, and in this alternate future timeline Izana is the leader of Toman. Izana is the adoptive brother of Shinichiro Sano, Manjiro Sano, and Emma Sano, however he is not related to them by blood. When Izana was a child, he lived with his younger sister Emma Sano, however they were separated at the age of 7 because Izana was sent to live in an orphanage. When Izana lived with Emma he had the possibility of becoming a kind and compassionate older brother, however after being abandoned by his mother, Izana became cold, ruthless, and cruel. This also resulted in Izana becoming mentally unstable and seeking absolute power due to being helpless as a child. And at this orphanage Izana met Kikucho for the very first time, and during this encounter Kikucho became Izana's servant. And at this orphanage Kikucho and Izana grew up together as brothers, and during this time they became extremely close to each other. And at this orphanage Izana and Kikucho came up with the idea to create Tenjiku Gang, and in this moment Izana said that he is going to create a kingdom where people with no families can belong. And Izana is someone who knows the pain of being abandoned by his parents, and he knows what it is like to be all alone. And this is the reason why he wants to help the people who have no family. And this was actually Izana's original dream when he was a child, and in the final timeline of Tokyo Revengers, we saw that Izana actually accomplished his dream when he became the leader of a non-profit organization called Tenjiku. Anyway guys, one day Shinichiro visited Izana at the orphanage, and Shinichiro told Izana that he was always his older brother. And Shinichiro was Izana's first family ever since he had been abandoned, and Izana loved him very deeply. Shinichiro taught Izana how to ride motorcycles, how to fight, how to dress, and how to style his hair, and Shinichiro is also the person who taught Izana the ways of a delinquent. And Shinichiro is the person who taught him everything that he knows. While he was growing up Izana always looked up to Shinichiro, and Izana admired Shinichiro, and he took him as inspiration. Anyway guys, when Izana was only 12 years old, he was attacked by a group of delinquents, and this group beat Izana to a bloody pulp. And Izana took revenge on this group by hurting the friends and family of the leader, and this eventually resulted in the leader killing himself. After committing more crimes, Izana was locked up in a juvenile detention center, and at this juvenile detention center he met the rest of the S62 generation members. And at this juvenile detention center Izana created the S62 generation gang, and this gang would come to be known as the Vicious Generation. And after getting out of jail, Izana became the leader of the 8th generation of the Black Dragons Gang. And Izana ruined the legacy of the Black Dragons by involving the gang in drug dealing, robbery, and assault. And then we saw that Izana ran into his mother, and in this moment Izana's mother told him that he is not related to the Sano family. And after finding out this new information, Izana decided to confront Shinichiro so that he could learn the truth. However, when Izana found out that Shinichiro is not his real brother, Izana suddenly exploded at Shinichiro, and Izana got into a fight with Shinichiro. And Izana was extremely angry at Shinichiro for hiding the fact that they are not real brothers, and this led to Izana feeling extremely lonely and becoming depressed. And ever since that day Izana developed a hatred for his two siblings. Izana was jealous of Mikey, because Shinichiro loved Mikey, and Izana did not like it. And then later, when Izana found out that he was actually not related to Shinichiro, his jealousy of Mikey strengthened, and Izana basically just wanted to destroy Mikey at any cost. And after the death of Shinichiro, we saw that Izana became extremely depressed, and during this time he was homeless, and he had hit rock bottom. And during this time we saw that Kisaki approached Izana, and Kisaki told Izana that for a guy who used to be the strongest, he sure has fallen very far. And then Kisaki asked Izana if he is depressed because of the death of his brother, and this scene from chapter 172 was showing us the moment that led to the creation of Tenjiku Gang. And after this encounter, Izana decided to team up with Kisaki, and after teaming up with Kisaki, Izana created Tenjiku Gang with Kikucho, and the rest of the S62 generation members. And after Tenjiku Gang was created, we saw that Izana reunited with Kikucho, and during this time Kikucho became Izana's most powerful soldier. Izana is the president of Tenjiku Gang, and this means that he has command over all his subordinates. And in this gang Izana has many powerful subordinates under his command, and all of them are very famous delinquents. And Izana rules his gang with an iron fist, and his goal is to make Tenjiku into the biggest crime syndicate in all of Japan. And while he was the leader of Tenjiku, Izana was basically just being manipulated by Kisaki the whole entire time, and Izana even said that he was okay with this. And during this time Izana even let Kisaki kill Emma, and Izana also participated in the plan that led to her murder. And Izana is shown to be the strongest member of Tenjiku Gang, and he is also shown to be strong enough to fight Mikey as an equal. In fact Izana almost defeated Mikey, and we saw that Izana was able to take many of Mikey's kicks and still remain standing. And according to Yasuhiro Muto, the reason why Izana is the strongest fighter in Tenjiku is because of his undefeatable senses, and his reflexes allow him to easily read his opponent's movements, and this allows him to counter any attack. Izana uses flying kicks as his main method of attack, and his flying kicks are so powerful that he was able to defeat Payen with only a single kick. And Izana treats his subordinates like disposable tools, and he rules over them like a tyrant. And he also looks down on others, regardless of if they are friend or foe. When it comes to fighting, Izana is extremely ruthless and he completely destroys his opponents. However, despite his cold-blooded attitude, Izana has still been shown to have a soft spot for Kikucho, and we know that Izana and Kikucho have a very strong brotherhood. And the reason why I say this is because when Kisaki tried to shoot Kikucho, we saw that Izana saved Kikucho by jumping in front of the bullet. And this is how Izana died because of the 3 gunshot wounds that he sustained to his chest. And Izana cared for Kikucho so much so, that he was even willing to sacrifice his own life to save him. And while he was on his deathbed, Izana said that his body just moved on its own, and Izana told Kikucho that he is the only person that he still has left. And these final words were showing us that Kikucho is more important to Izana than anything else, and the brotherhood that they shared since they were children means everything to him. In the final timeline of Tokyo Revengers, we saw that Izana was saved by Mikey and Takemichi. And in this timeline we saw that Izana actually joined Toman, and he became the 8th division captain of the Tokyo Manji Gang. And in this timeline Kikucho became Izana's vice captain, and the rest of the S62 generation members became members of the 8th division. And after Toman was disbanded, we saw that Izana became the leader of a non-profit organization for underprivileged orphans, and this non-profit organization is called Tenjiku. And as the director of this non-profit organization Izana travels the world, and he also collects donations from Kisaki and Koko. And we also saw that Kikucho, Shion, Mucho, and Kanji are all helping Izana by working as volunteers. And in this final timeline we saw that Izana was attending Takemichi's wedding, and while he was celebrating we saw that he was wearing a red suit. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the character Izana Kurokawa. And if you guys enjoyed this video, and want to see more like it, then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.